Everyone, welcome to our September 9th board meeting. Please join us in the pledge. Councilman Loman.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Here.
Councilman McCarthy. Here. Councilwoman Noack.
Yes, here.
Councilwoman Inzarello.
Here.
Councilman Loman.
Here. All right, we will begin this afternoon. We have two site plans. Mr. Trotter, you're up.
Good afternoon, Supervisor, members of the Town Board. I'm William Trotta with the Planning Department, and I have two site plan applications to present to the Board this afternoon, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review. The first application is called All Hands on Deck. The subject site is located on the northeast corner of Middle Country Road and Hillside Avenue in St. James. It's an existing repair garage, BMA Specialists. It's a photo of the building. The applicant is proposing to construct a 1,234 square foot, one-story building addition to an existing repair garage, a parking lot expansion, and a 1,944 square foot outdoor vehicle storage area with associated site work. So this is an aerial overlay of the site plan. The building addition will be off the rear of the existing building. Parking lot expansion will be to the north end of the site. The northern area of the parking lot will be for vehicle storage and then customer employee parking in front. There'll be a new curb cut on Hillside Avenue and some minor parking lot improvements on the east end of the site. They'll maintain cross-access with the office building to the east. This is another enlarged version of the site plan. And this is what the facade alterations to the building and the building addition will look like. And so this site, this project actually went for a zone change last year. This property was zoned OB. You guys approved it to rezone to WSI, which is appropriate for the existing use that was there for a repair garage. The project also received variances from the Board of Zoning Appeals, and the applicant has agreed to 6 conditions of site plan approval. The first condition is that the applicant obtain the applicable permits from the Town Building Department. The second condition is that the applicant install a tree preservation fence around all trees to be preserved on site, primarily to the north to buffer the adjacent residents from the new development. The third condition is that the applicant shall obtain a road opening permit from the Town Highway Department for the new curb cut on Hillside Avenue. Fourth condition is that the applicant shall obtain a highway work permit from the New York State Department of Transportation for improvements along Middle Country Road. The fifth condition is that prior to the issuance of a CO, the property owner shall dedicate 15 feet along the frontage of Hillside Avenue to the town, and the dedication deed shall be filed with the town attorney's office, which I believe the ball's already in motion on that. And the last condition is a reiteration of the zone change condition of approval that a restaurant use shall not be permitted on the site. Any questions with this proposal?
Questions about the board?
Just one question.
Yep.
Are these new owners or are these people that were already there just trying to make changes?
I believe they're relatively new, maybe within a few years.
Yeah.
They've taken it over. Yeah, it used to be Bruno's Repair, now it's
Yes,
BMA Specialists.
thank you.
Any other questions?
How many extra cars? He said there was 1,000 extra square feet. How many extra cars is that storage?
There is approximately, so there'll be 12 additional stalls along the north end, and then extra, so that's for parking stalls, and then 12 additional stalls for vehicle storage.
So 24 extra cars.
Correct.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
All right. The next application is called J. Nazaro Taco Bell. Subject site is located on the east side of Hauppauge Road, or Route 111, just south of Smithtown Bypass in Hauppauge. This is the old former Burger King and Blockbuster site. There was also 2 little office buildings on the north side of the property as well. The applicant is proposing to construct a 2,180 square foot, one-story food retail building with a drive-through, outdoor seating, and associated site work. So this is an overall plan of the site. The proposed development will take place on the southern portion. The north portion that's vegetated and slope will remain undisturbed. That'll be future development of the north end. There was actually a proposal to put a Raising Cane's in the north portion, but that fell through. But the property owner's moving forward with the development of the Taco Bell on the south side. So there'll be some curb cut modifications. The entrance to the site will line up at the intersection that is signalized, and there'll be a main entrance roadway. The beginning of the drive-through will begin at the back of the property and loop around. There's a couple of stormwater recharge basins proposed on site. This proposal also went through a zone change. The northern section of the site was zoned office business, and the applicant received a zone change approval to rezone the entire site neighborhood business. And the proposal also received variances from the Board of Zoning Appeals for signage. The applicant has agreed to 10 conditions of site plan approval. The first condition is that they obtain the applicable permits from the building department. The second condition is that they install a tree preservation fence around all trees to be preserved on site. Third condition is that they obtain a highway work permit from the state DOT for modifications and improvements along Route 111. The fourth condition is that they obtain a New York Speedies general permit for stormwater discharges from construction activity. Fifth condition is that they obtain a permit for proposed retaining walls on site. The sixth condition is that the applicant plant additional white pines around the west and north side of the retention basin to better screen the development from the adjacent neighbors. The seventh condition is that the applicant install a 6-foot-high stockade fence along the zoning district boundary line, which is the rear property line that abuts the adjacent residences. The eighth condition is that all concrete light pole bases not exceed 6-inch exposure above finished grade. The ninth condition is that the guardrail along the south side of the drive-through lane shall be eliminated or substituted with a timber park-style design. And the last condition is that all future development of the site shall be coordinated as a single site from a zoning standpoint, regardless of any lease line agreements and/or phasing. And this is the proposed architecture of the building. Does the board have any questions?
Where is he setting up the access point? Is it going to be in line with the turnoff onto from 347 to 111?
Yes.
Similar to what it used to be with Blockbuster?
Correct, yeah, it'll be pretty much in the general location of where it is now. It'll line up, and you can see on the site plan, it'll line up right at that stoplight that's there.
And Raising Cane's, I'm assuming now is pulled out, they're not,
They pulled out, yeah, the property owners looking at other tenants to develop the north end of the site.
At one time, there was supposed to be 3 pads there, now there's 1.
Correct, there's one pad for now, yeah, the
Is he
property
still
owner,
trying to?
he's still
develop the
trying to
other
market
parcels?
it out, yeah.
And when you say, when we talk about that vegetative area being in, left undisturbed, I don't know what that means. We'd have to have a chat with him before he gets a building permit. Right now, it's, the entire area is a mess.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I wanna make sure he's not going to put this Taco Bell there and leave all that mess, as it is. He's gonna have to clean that up.
yeah, we actually walked the site with the property owner last week, and we kind of, marked out, where exactly the development will take place and where the limits of clearing will be. They'll have to install the tree preservation fence and get inspected beforehand. We're also asking that, like the rear 30, 40 feet of the site where they are disturbing, that's where actually the previous parking lot extended up until the east side of the property. That'll all be landscaped, double
Okay.
staggered row of
That's my
evergreens,
concern, but
additional,
he's
yeah.
going to landscape.
There will be additional plantings as well, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Any other questions?
No question.
Okay, thanks,
you.
Mr. Trotter. These will, site plans will be voted on at the conclusion of the agenda. We will move to Board of Water Commissioners.
There is minutes approval, August 12, 2025. Award of bid 25069 for water distribution system maintenance to Alizio Pipe and Construction, and the full-time provisional appointment of Maureen Hurley Jung to the position of Senior Account Clerk in the Smithtown Water District effective September 15, 2025.
Councilman Loman,
yes.
Councilwoman Antonello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lewick,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhite.
Yes. We'll move to the agenda.
Correspondence is GSE Shibunko Memorial Fund 5K, October 4, 2025. Hop Hug School District Homecoming Parade, October 18, 2025, from 4 p.m. until approximately 5 p.m. And the Building Department, August 2025 report. There are 3 public hearings today. The first is to consider proposed local law 11, 2025, amendment to chapter 112, building construction. That's to be presented by Rachel Lenberger.
Good afternoon, Supervisor and members of the board. The purpose of this public hearing is to consider the adoption of a new section of Chapter 112 of the Town Code as it pertains to OSHA safety requirements. This section is designed to ensure that workers and contractors at construction sites have received adequate safety training, and those contractors performing construction work have essential safety training systems in place to prevent injuries and protect workers who are injured. This section will apply to major construction projects, which is a construction site with an area greater than 75,000 square feet, and minor construction projects, a construction site with an area greater than 35,000 square feet and less than or equal to 75,000 square feet. Safety training requirements for each permit holder at minor and major construction sites are set forth, as are penalties for any violations of this section. Violations are punishable by a fine, with fines for a first offense from $1,000 to $10,000. A second or subsequent offenses committed within a period of 5 years from $3,000 to $20,000. Each day that the violation occurs shall subject to the person in violation to a separate fine, and the permit holder shall be jointly and separately liable for each fine. This section also provides that the chief building inspector shall establish by rule a program for reducing the amount of any fine to be imposed upon a person or any civil penalty to be imposed upon a person where one or more of the conditions set forth in this section have been satisfied. This section authorizes the chief building inspector to revoke any permit issued to a permit holder who has violated this section after providing them written notice and an opportunity to be heard, and to issue stop work orders for violations of this section. In the event any fines or stop work orders issued pursuant to this chapter remain unpaid or open, a certificate of occupancy will not be issued to a permit holder or applicant. The determination of compliance with this chapter shall be made and certified by the chief building inspector. Unless there are any questions, that concludes this public hearing.
Questions by the board?
No questions.
Second public hearing also.
Hold on. Anyone in the audience wish to be heard on this public hearing? Yes, sir. You can come up. You have 3 minutes to make your statement.
Good afternoon. My name is Josh Slaughter. I'm the Long Island Political Coordinator for the Mason Tenders District Council. Just coming to speak in support of this proposed local law. Appreciate the supervisor and town council for considering it. Just, very briefly, safety is a very critical part in construction, really the most important part. Our members with the laborers local union, we represent 5,000 union laborers on Long Island, get consistent training. They go to work all day, and typically 6 o'clock at night they're at the training facility at the Union Hall, always getting continuous training, and they get up to 500 hours of different certifications. This would just require an OSHA 30 certification, which really is the minimum standard that any worker should have on any large construction site. And again, this is only relating to larger sites, 35,000 square feet and up. Certainly nobody should be working on a large, complicated construction site of that size without any basic safety training. Really is for the workers out there that unfortunately don't get training through a union hall. It's very easy to get. It's a 30-hour online course. You could take it anytime. You could take it 5-hour increments to complete it. You don't have to do it all at once. It's a few $100 to do, and it's good for your lifetime. It doesn't expire. But there are many developers, and certainly the big hospitals and the larger construction projects, they actually require our members to recertify it every 5 years because they see it as very important. It should reduce liability costs, insurance issues, obviously less accidents, bring down insurance costs. And just one important piece of data to put out there. Every year there's an annual report by NICOSH, it's the New York Council on Occupational Safety and Health. It's an annual report on construction deaths in New York State. And it's pretty consistent every year. A worker is killed on a construction site once every 5 days in New York State. People don't realize how often it happens, and unfortunately, 90% of those deaths typically occur on non-union sites where there's just a lack of safety training. So this will certainly save lives. It's a common sense approach to just ensure everybody has the basic safety training before they enter a site. And one last thing to add, when you work on a construction site, whether you're union or non-union, if you have a union workforce who's trained working alongside a non-union workforce, or workers who aren't trained, it still jeopardizes everybody. Everybody needs to have that training. So appreciate your consideration. Certainly support the local law, and hope that you pass it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Slaughter. Safety, of course, is the utmost importance to everybody. Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Supervisor. My name is, and to the rest of the council, my name is Vinny Liu. I'm the business manager of Laborers Local 66. We're the labor union here in Nassau Suffolk County for the last 83 years. We've built virtually everything that we use in our everyday lives, from hospitals to train stations to state universities, public schools, a lot of the shopping centers, malls, and we're very proud of the work we've done over these generations. I just want to reinforce what the previous speaker said. The OSHA standard that you are considering is critical. There's a nationwide proposal to do away with OSHA altogether. And as it stands, we have one compliance officer on Long Island. Nationwide, it breaks down to roughly one compliance officer for every 77,000 American workers. So the numbers really aren't in our favor. That's why it's really, really, really important to create a culture of safety on these jobs. As the previous speaker mentioned, there's often this open shop model where union-trained workers are working side by side with non-union, mostly untrained workers, and that creates a very difficult situation to manage the hazards. I'm an OSHA instructor. I can tell you very plainly that the material that we cover prevents injury and hopefully prevents fatality. I think in the number I just read, in 2023, there was 5,283 fatalities in construction jobs around the country. It's a lot, and we want to do whatever we can to reduce that. This is really an approach that addresses everyone on these jobs, union, non-union. We believe everyone should be able to get home safely at the end of their day. So I appreciate greatly considering this law, and we're available for any kind of consultation you may need. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wish to be heard? I will move to close.
Second.
Councilman Lohman?
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim?
Yes.
Second public hearing is to consider proposed local law 12, 2025 amendments to chapter 207, noise, also to be presented by Rachel Lindberger.
Good afternoon again, Supervisor and members of the board. The purpose of this hearing is to consider amendments to Chapter 207, noise. This proposed amendment allows a sworn written statement by a police officer or peace officer who personally observed a noise violation of this chapter to serve as a basis for issuing a summons or appearance ticket under this chapter. In addition, Section 207-5 exceptions will be renumbered to Section 207-6, and Section 207-6 penalties for offenses will be renumbered to Section 207-7. Unless there are any questions, that concludes this public hearing.
Questions by the board? Anyone in the audience wish to be heard on this matter? Yes, sir.
Hello. So I just wanted to understand a little bit better the adjustments to that noise ordinance, because if it's with regards to the complaint that I brought a couple of meetings ago with the Planned Parenthood protesting, the way that I heard it, it does not remove the exemption, because right now the way that the noise ordinance is written, there's an exemption all the way at the bottom that states if you are doing a public protest on public right of way, then you're exempt. So I don't know if that modification that was described will still allow enforcement, because the way that I understand the noise ordinance to read and the code is that as long as they're on public right of way and it's I guess a formal protest of some kind, then that would be exempt from the enforcement of said noise ordinance.
So have the town attorney respond to you.
Yeah, we prepared a second amendment this isn't to address the issue that you raised. There's a second amendment that's going to create an exception. It's going to carve out that exception, but still make it subject to the other provisions of the noise
And do you
ordinance.
know if that's gonna be scheduled at a later date?
Yeah,
Okay.
it should be done by the end of the year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? Move to close.
Second.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
The third public hearing is to be presented by Martin Silver Esquire. Consider the proposed extension of the Smithtown Water District boundary and water main extension to include 881 Jericho Turnpike.
As Supervisor, members of the town board, the Water District has received a petition to extend the Water District. The petition was signed by the owner of 3 parcels of land located on West Jericho Turnpike, which is outside of the boundaries of the Water District, the current boundaries. The purpose of the extension would be to allow him to obtain public water supply for those 3 parcels. The total cost is estimated at $285,000, the total of which will be paid by the petitioner. Nothing from the town. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone on the
Any
board
question?
wish to be heard?
No.
Anyone in the audience wish to be heard on this public hearing? There being none, I move to close.
Second.
Thank you.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm,
Yes, and I'll make a motion to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes, thank you, Council.
There are 2 advertisements for public hearings, both to be held Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, at 7 p.m. Town Hall, Victor T. List Boardroom. The first is Zone Change Petition 2025-A to modify Zone Change 92-2, increase the maximum gross floor area, Henry Street and Crooked Hill Road, Comac. And the second is amendments to Town Code Chapter 322, amendments pertaining to mixed-use buildings in the Hopog Industrial Park.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
For consent agenda, there's minutes approval, August 12, 2025, comptroller items 1 through 11, and resolution items 1 through 5 as they appear on the agenda.
Anyone on the board wish to remove resolutions from the consent agenda?
No.
No, thank you.
Mr. Clerk?
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
Town Board to issue a secra negative declaration in the matter of the application for site plan approval, J. Nazaro Partnership for Taco Bell, Hopog, for reasons stated in the memorandum from David A. Barnes, dated August 18, 2025, and in the matter of the application for site plan approval by All Hands on Deck, Smithtown, for reasons stated in a memorandum from David A. Barnes.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
Authorize the town clerk to advertise for bid 25081, commercial driver's license training, 25078, automotive repair items, 25082, road and landscape materials, 25077, janitorial supplies, 25084, furnish and install rear HVAC custom shelving and lighting on a 2025 Transit van. Bid 25088, construct a concrete paver walkway in Survivors Park. And bid 25083, demolition of unsafe structure at 20 Dawson Avenue, Kings Park.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
Town Board to award bid 25066, animal shelter supplies to the Barn Pet Feed and Supplies, and bid 25065, lawn and garden supplies to Nassau Suffolk Turf Services, Long Island Cauliflower Association, and Vigliotti Landscape Service Center.
Councilman Loman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
Town Board to approve an agreement with Comac Ambulance District and Comac Volunteer Ambulance Corporation for calendar year 2025. Agreement is to provide for the billing and collection of user fees imposed upon persons furnished emergency medical and ambulance services. Rescind Resolution 2025-829. Expansion of bid 23077 for printing and distribution of tax bills with LNS Graphic Services. Change orders 1 and 2 to the agreement with P. de Blasio Builders for roof demolition and reconstruction at Short Beach. Town attorney or appropriate official to enter into a stipulation of settlement or agreement and consent to the entry of an order with regard to various tax certiorari matters for various tax years per recommendation of the sole assessor and town attorney. Agreement with H2M Architects and Engineers for drainage study at Twixt Hills Road and Thatch Pond Road. Agreement with Haydock Engineering for drainage study at Woodlawn Avenue. Extension of bid 24-044, refuse removal from private properties with Alpha Carting and Contracting. An amendment to the Highway Department 2025 road program to add Landing Road in Kings Park. Grant application for the Town of Smithtown Welcome Center. The cancellation of the September 25, 2025 Town Board meeting scheduled for 2 p.m. and to schedule a Town Board meeting to be held on September 18, 2025 at 2 p.m., both at Town Hall. Ratify the supervisor's execution of an agreement with Margaret Gehring, registered nurse, to provide specialized medical care services for the Town of Smithtown School-Age Child Care Program from September 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Ratify the supervisor's execution of an agreement with Mary Ann Muller, registered nurse, to provide specialized medical care services for the Town of Smithtown School-Age Child Care Program on an as-needed basis as the backup nurse. The agreement is effective from September 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. The extension of an agreement with the Kings Park School District regarding use of the Town of Smithtown non-residential solid waste disposal capacity generation fee system for the period September 1, 2025 through August 31, 2026, and adopt the proposed extension of the Smithtown Water District boundary and water main extension to include 881 Jericho Turnpike, Smithtown.
Councilman Loman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
Town Board to issue a written consistency determination pursuant to Chapter 151 of the Town Code that Coastal Consistency Review number 2025-06 is consistent with the local waterfront revitalization program, subject to conditions as stated in the August 22nd, 2025 memorandum from the Planning Director. And the Town Board to issue a written consistency determination pursuant to Chapter 151 of the Town Code, Coastal Consistency Review number 2025-11, is consistent with the LWRP, subject to conditions as stated in the August 22nd, 2025 memorandum from the Planning Director.
Councilman Loman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wilhelm.
Yes.
Town Board to accept the attached letter from Edward R. Wareheim, Town Supervisor and Chief Financial Officer, regarding Municipal Services Facility financial assurance and the report by FPM Group dated August 2025, entitled Municipal Services Facility Phase 2, Cell Number 6 Financial Assurance Update for Fiscal Year 2024, and to direct the town clerk to enter both documents into the official operating record of the Municipal Services Facility, Phase 2, Cell 6 landfill.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Town Board to authorize the supervisor to execute consulting services agreement with Miguel Calamano, MD, for services as the medical director for Horizons Counseling and Education Center through August 16, 2026. Agreement with Lords of 52nd Street to perform a concert at Callahan's Beach, located in Fort Salonga in the town of Smithtown, on Friday, September 12, 2025. And an agreement with Constantino Companies to accept a financial donation to cover all costs and expenses to the town of Smithtown associated with organizing and staging a concert at Callahan's Beach on September 12, 2025.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Personnel items A through J as they appear on the agenda.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes. We have two site plans to vote on.
There's also minutes approval, August 12, 2025, and the two site plans presented today by Liam Trotter.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes. That concludes our agenda for today. Do we have people wishing to speak?
Yes, Supervisor. Andrea Silverman.
Okay, before we start, folks, public participation is subject to the rules of decorum, which you have on your speaker cards as per Town Code Section 76.7. The public portion is for town-related matters only. Any unsubstantiated, unverified, or material false information will be interrupted. The 3-minute rule will be strictly enforced. When you hear the tone, you have 1 minute to complete your statement. Thank you.
I'm here to support my friend Sandy, who was given a ticket for not having her handicap sticker on her permit on her car. And the amount of the ticket was $280. And we just feel that's outrageous. You know, as a handicapped person myself, I know that there's a lot of things I'm always worried about, my cane or my walker or whatever. So I'm just, here to support her because I think it's outrageous.
When did she receive this summons?
A couple of weeks ago, I went to court last week.
All right, at the conclusion of the meeting, what I would ask you to do is just stay here so we can get some information, and I'll have you speak to Councilman Lohman. He's the liaison to public safety.
Okay.
Is that who wrote you the summons, public safety or Suffolk County Police?
Excuse me?
So, did public safety write that summons or Suffolk County Police, do you know?
Suffolk County.
I think it was Suffolk County.
Okay, so
Where
stay
was
up.
the summons?
I think it was in that little court on 111, that little tiny court there on 111.
It's after.
After the meeting, we'll see with Councilman Lohman. We'll just stay for a few minutes and we'll sort it out. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peter Hansen.
Good afternoon, I'm Peter Hansen, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. I'm here to invite you all to our 14th Memorial Park event, which is the 9/11 Responders Remembered Park in Wisconsin, which is on the corner of Smithtown Boulevard and Gibbs Pond Road. I just wanted to update, let you know it starts at 10 a.m. and it's rain or shine. We usually draw 800 people. Sadly, we're adding 350 more names to our existing mall. I just want to let you know some background, the numbers, the people who have helped us, most of whom are Smithtown residents. We start with John Field. I think you're all familiar with John Field. He took over in 2008 and directed the success of the opening of the park and the continual operation of the park. We have tremendous help from Leslie and John Kennedy from the beginning till today. When we're designing the park, we used Mark Mancini pro bono. Literally, he donated hundreds of hours, and with his foresight, we are able to expand the area where we can add names. Sadly, we're going to need that area. Some names you might also know: Marty Aponte was the president of the board for a while. And we had somebody you may know, Errol Toulon, who was also a member, the executive president of the board for a while. Currently, our executive board president is Judy Simmons, who's a full-time teacher and just a remarkable individual. She also lives, for many years, in Smithtown. Myself, I'm a 47-year resident of Smithtown. I happened to be on Wall Street on 9/11. I went through that horrible day. 40 years previous to that, I happened to be in the building on the corner of West Street and Vesey Street and watched the beginning of the construction of the World Trade Center. And on 9/11, sadly, I watched the buildings collapse. So I'm asking you all to attend, spread the word. The Cleary School for the Deaf, which is maybe 100 yards west on Smithtown Boulevard, for 14 years now, have generously allowed us to use their parking lot. And so please spread the word. And we start promptly at 10. Why? Because that's what John Field says. We start at 10. Hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson, and thank you for your involvement. It's a beautiful facility, and I will be there.
Thank you.
Peter, it's 1 o'clock, but what day was it?
Saturday, the 13th.
The third, okay.
We hold the event the
10
first
excuse me,
Saturday
10 o'clock.
after 9/11 every year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandra Jamal.
I have to read because I'm nervous. I was going to physical therapy because I had an accident, and I was going to park in a regular spot, but I didn't park in the regular spot. I parked in the handicap after consideration that my knees were really hurting. Sometimes I like to leave it open for people that have wheelchairs and everything. And because I did it last minute, I forgot to put my permit on. So I got a ticket. So I went to the little court on 111, and they didn't want to hear anything. And I told them that I brought my ticket, and I told them that I just forgot. And they were charging me $280, and I didn't pay it. And so they gave me another court date, which is in 2 Tuesdays. I know of other people, maybe I shouldn't say this, that were ticketed in error, then when they showed their permit, it was let go, because it wasn't like I was breaking the law. I just honestly forgot. So I was hoping that maybe we could resolve this, without having to go back to court and paying $280. And most seniors too, and so it's mostly seniors, because that's who uses these permits. We're all on Social Security and all that stuff, so I just think it's a lot and for a mistake. and it's a mistake I only made once. So I was hoping that if we could resolve it and have it dropped or whatever.
Just see us after the.
Okay.
Just after the board meeting, you'll see
Okay.
Councilman
All
Long.
right, thank you.
Because you're in, I believe you're, when you went to court, you went in the village of Head of the Harbor, on 111?
No,
No.
I went on
Village of the Branch.
Village of the
Yeah,
Branch?
Village of the Branch.
I'm sorry, Village of the Branch, right, okay. So see Mr. Loman, maybe we'll do what we can do to try and help you.
All right, thank you.
No more speakers.
Okay, no more speakers, so then I'll move to close.
Supervisor Lehan?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarello?
Yes.
Councilman Loman?
Yes.
Okay, thank you everyone for attending this afternoon.